Thank you for joining us today for today's webinar, Discover Easy Commerce version 2.5. My name is Amit Gutin, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager here at Easy. For those who don't know me, I'm part of the product team, but I also work very closely both with sales and marketing. I'm responsible to stay up to date on the market and the competitor landscape. I also have a deep understanding of partner and customer needs in order to better inform on product efforts. Before I begin, I would like to go over some housekeeping items. All the participants have been muted to avoid any background noise or disruptions. We also encourage you to submit any questions or feedback via the Zoom chat box that you may have. We will make sure to address all the questions at the end during our Q&A session. At the end of the webinar, I will send a follow-up email to all registrants with the webinar recording as well as the slides. Today, I'll be presenting you all our e-commerce solution, Easy Commerce version 2.5. But before I do so, I think it's important to make a few announcements and to discuss the business value of a unified solution of e-commerce for e-commerce projects. To understand this, we will just give a brief overview of the value that the e-commerce solution can provide for these various projects. So a few important announcements. One sec, let me just switch a slide. Easy Commerce version 2.5 has been released. It was released last week on Tuesday. The documentation for it can be found in the following link, the doc.easy.no/commerce. And if you would like to learn more about version 2.5, I highly recommend to read the blog post that was released last week on Friday, introducing Easy Commerce version 2.5. And there you will get an overview of all the different features that are available with Easy Commerce version 2.5. So what is Easy Commerce? So Easy Commerce is, as I mentioned before, is our e-commerce solution. It is basically an add-on to Easy Platform, and it turns Easy Platform Enterprise Edition into a full-featured content and commerce platform. Similar to what you guys may be familiarized with Easy Platform, this solution is highly extensible and customizable to really meet your project needs, and it's built on top of Easy Platform version 2. Now, when we look at Easy Commerce, we can see that it's comprised of multiple layers. Its infrastructure is built on Symfony, and Easy Platform, and then on top of that you have Easy Platform Open Source Edition, and then the Enterprise Edition. In order to have access to Easy Commerce, you do have to have a subscription to Easy Platform Enterprise Edition, and Easy Commerce comes both with many of those basic and familiar e-commerce features that many other solutions that have out there, but it also addresses the B2B use cases by offering advanced B2B features that I will expand on later on as I demo the solution. So besides that, Easy Commerce can also integrate to third-party services very easily and to our recommendation/personalization engine, Easy Personalization. This is a more in-depth look at the feature blocks that Easy Commerce provides. Once again, I'm not going to go right now into detail because I will be demoing these capabilities and I will explain them as I go through them. But as you can see here, you're really getting an overview of some of the different plugins that are available, what other technologies Easy Commerce can integrate to, whether it be a PIM, ERP, or CRM services, and some very typical B2B features that are a standard for B2B use cases, as you can see on this slide. So once again, some of the features I would like to go over today that you guys will get a better sense of the solution. You'll see content-rich product pages. That's basically really the merging of both commerce and content capabilities. You can embed products into blog posts, articles, and so on, whether it be easy commerce dashboard to really analyze the activity of your shop, a fast checkout process, ERP integration, and many, many more other features that we will see here today. So with that, I think I'm going to start demoing the solution. So I'll just jump to my other screen. So I'm going to stop sharing the presentation for a sec. And I'm going to just upload quickly my slides. And now I'm going to share the screen again. One sec. Share. There we go. Okay, so this is the shop that we have created, and what I plan now for the next time that we have is to do a quick demo walkthrough of Easy Commerce and its various capabilities. And after I demo, I will open it up to a Q&A session where you guys can feel free to ask any questions that you may have, whether it be technical or just related to what I showed. So I think before we begin, I think it's important. I want to take first the perspective of the end user or the visitor that comes to a shop. And as you can see here, the shop that we've set up today is a kitchen appliance shop. And you can see here, the shop is comprised of different components of content in both commerce. You have banners, you have articles, you have products embedded into the homepage, and different other rich text, rich media such as videos and so on. But the first thing that usually a visitor will do when he visits the website is if he's not a customer, he will either register, or if he's an existing customer, he will log in, as you can see here in the top. So let me just minimize. I see here the Zoom. Okay, so if I go to the register, and as you can see, so as a register, you have as a visitor, you have two options. You can either register as a private individual, which is basically a customer, or in other typical scenarios, if you're a business, you can register as a business, and this is more a B2B functionality. Now, if you're an existing customer, as I click here, you can see you have the ability to fill out your information and activate your current account and get the shop with the prices that you have negotiated and so on. And the way it works is that this information will be compared to the information in the ERP, and if it matches, your account will be activated and you will have access directly to your shop with your prices, the products, and everything that you've negotiated with the vendor. Now that we've gone over the registration process, I think we can again begin seeing how a visitor would act when he visits the website. And the first thing he might do is he wants to learn about a certain product and gather information before he makes a decision on if he wants to purchase it. So most likely he wants to navigate to this product, and what he will do, he will use our unified search feature. So he will be looking, for example, for coffee. Let's say a product that I want to look for is coffee. And right away you can see that the merging of both content and commerce. You can see auto-suggested to me are both products and different types of content. On the other hand, though, the visitor has the ability to really quickly, if he finds the product, add the product to the shopping basket and jump to the next stage in the customer journey and begin the payment process. So this can be done very quickly, very efficiently, and this is the actionable icon that is available on the search. But there's a few other things I want to show on this capability that I think are of value, and that is, let me just search again. I want to do a regular search for coffee, out of a specific product. And you can see right away in my search, once again, I have products that are offered to me, content, whether it be blog posts or articles. But I also have this ability to filter by different facets. So in this case, if I want to find a product that I'm interested in more quickly, I can really now easily, let's say, filter by the manufacturer, and I will see only the products that I am interested in purchasing, possibly. So that's really covers the unified search. But as an unknown visitor, I don't have access to other very advanced capabilities, whether it be adding products to my wish list, comparing products, or just adding them to the shopping basket. So in order to do this, I have to log in as an existing customer. So I'm going to log in right now. And now you're going to see that I will have access to all these different capabilities. So I'm now logged in as Samir. And if I want, I can now easily, let's say, I'll go to the third page because I added a few already previously. I can add to the comparison list, to the wish list a few products. Sorry. And now I have all these different products available on the wish list or comparison and so on. And these are other functions, shop functions that are available to an existing customer. So for example, let's say, for example, the wish list. The wish list is a great feature. It's a feature that if a user would like to revisit a product later on, he can add it to his wish list and possibly order it or even reorder it at a later date. So there's two possibilities, obviously, from the wish list. You can add a single item, again, directly to your shopping basket and begin the payment and the purchasing process. Or you can even add all the products and so on. On the other hand, under also my shop function, we have the comparison feature. And the comparison feature is great because it really allows to keep your customer on your shop and learn about the products rather than leaving and going to other sources and possibly stopping the payment, the purchasing process because he's left your website. And under here, the customer can if he wants the information displayed to him in a way of his liking, he can drag and drop, and he can have that information displayed to him according to his preference. And here you have the ability to compare prices, the prices, technical data, technical information, and so on. But at certain times, there may be too many attributes for a person to compare. And what he really wants to hone down on is really the differences. So what he would do, you have here the tab here where I can click, and now I can compare only the differences between these products. And this is very valuable because one, it saves the customer a lot of time and really helps him in his decision-making process when comparing the products and when he comparing the products and then finally choosing the product that he wants to purchase. So that covers everything about the comparison list. Another really cool feature and a very B2B oriented feature is the quick order feature. And the quick order feature, and I've already done it previously, so maybe let me clear just this because I want to show it after. You have the ability here to drag and drop and add a CSV file of the products that you want to order. And what will happen then, these products will be matched to the products in the ERP, and you will be provided real-time information. One sec, let me do a quick refresh. So if I wanted now, for example, to drag and drop a CSV file, I can do that. These products will be matched and compared with the ERP system, and here you're going to get up-to-date real-time information of the product. So as you can see, I can see that these products are available. I can see these are all prices directly fetched from the ERP, and then I can easily order these products or order these products on a month, reorder these products on a monthly basis, and so on, according to what the company's needs are. But you know, if a certain product was missing and it wasn't in the CSV file, you don't have to worry. You can manually add that product. You see here, I can add a new line. I can add the SKU number, and this number will then be fetched from the ERP, and you will get the relevant information and so on. So that covers the quick order function. Another very great feature that is used is My Stored Baskets. And My Stored Baskets, in order for me to really showcase it, let me go to the shop basket. And here you can create baskets that you typically reuse. So let's say, for example, every beginning of the month, you want to order you know, coffee replacement parts, as well as coffee tablets and so on. You can create a basket that's dedicated to those products, and you can easily have access to them and reorder that basket. And the way I would do that, here I can now add products to a store basket. I can now rename it. Let's say I'll just rename it coffee products for the beginning of each month. So now I created this stored basket, and if I want to access this basket, if I want to quickly reorder it, here you have all my stored baskets. And now if I would like to, I can either add singular items if maybe I don't need certain products for that month, or I can add that whole basket and then begin buying it very quickly. So that covers my stored baskets. Now the next feature I want to show is a very B2B oriented feature, and that feature is you know, customizing prices for individual customers or a group of customers, depending what you want, how you want to go about it. So let's now choose a product from the product catalog, and I want to show you how I can change that price and customize it in the ERP, and then it will be updated in the shop's front end. So I'm going to take, for example, this AC adapter. The two critical information that I need in order to provide a customized price is, first, the customer number, which in this case it's customer 10,000, and the second is the SKU number. So one sec, let me just get the SKU number. And then what I do, I will go to the ERP system, which is connected to this shop. I'm just logging in really quickly. And I will search for this product. So I'm now going to go to, I'm going to search for this product. One sec. I have to go to items. I went on under. So I go into items. Now I will search for this adapter item. I found this item. And now here I can begin giving a discount to this specific customer. So under the special sales and prices, before I change the price, I want to show you the current price, right? So under this tab, you see the price is 100 for this unit. Now, if I want to change that, I'm going to go to set special prices. And this is the selected customer, as you can see, 10,000. And I'm going to change that from 100 to 250. So I set that price. And as you can see here, I can add additional customers and customize specific prices for those customers. Or I can assign other customers with the similar sales code this unit price. So I set that up right now. And I just want to go back and I just want to show you that in the overview in the ERP, that price has been updated for the unit. And now if I go back to the shop and I'll click refresh, you will see that the price has now been changed from 100 to 250. So this is great because now we're seeing, how the integration between the ERP and the shop interface, and how you can easily customize prices for businesses or individuals according to what was negotiated. Now, this is not the only thing that is being fetched from the ERP. There's many other information that's being directly fetched from the ERP if you configured the ERP to be where the information is fetched from. And what I mean by this is that other stuff, for example, if now I begin the checkout process, I begin a quick checkout process, and here I have existing delivery addresses. And as you can see here, I have all these addresses for this vendor. And in a B2B case, this vendor will have multiple locations. And now the question is, where do we want these products delivered to? So instead of filling out all the information manually, you can have this stored in the ERP, and this information will be fetched. And you can see here we have 4 stored. And if I show this, if I go now to the customer, I can show this directly. Let me just go back. Sec. I'll just look for customer 10,000. Ship to address. And here you have all the different location and addresses that are being showed in the shop. And of course, if I want, I can add a new location and it will be updated and so on. But I won't do that right now. So that's another component that is being fetched. So let's now complete this purchase process. So complete that. As you can see here, what's great about Easy Commerce is that by utilizing the Symphony payment bundle, the GMS, you can really connect to many third-party services, whether it be Square, PayPal, you name it. So you can configure what are the different payment options that are available in your shop. So in this case, we have the shipping method. We only had to put invoice for this case. But with that bundle, you can really also add PayPal and other third-party payment services. So here, I'm just going to confirm. Now I purchased this product. And now I'm going to go to my documents. And in my documents, I can have the customer has access to all his order history and invoices and credit memos and so on. And similar to all the other information that I said was being fetched from the ERP, also these are being fetched directly from the ERP. And how can we see that? If I go to order, for example, I'm going to retrieve documents. You're going to see this is the order that I purchased, 110, right? So I'm just going to look for that. I'm going to go back to the ERP. I'm going to exit this for a sec. I'm going to go to sales orders. And you can see here now, 1010, this is the order I made. And these are the different orders that I purchased, as you can see. And then if I want, I can post an invoice that will then be reflected directly in the shop. So here, if I post this, you can see this is the invoice I created, 103038. If I go down to the shop, I want to show it to you guys. Let me just say confirm. I forgot to do that. I'll click Retrieve documents. I guess it's taking a few seconds to upload. But basically, you can see that all these invoices are coming directly from the ERP. Here you go. Here's the 1030. Here's the invoice I've just created directly from the ERP. So that about covers many of the capabilities that for the customer perspective. I do now want to show a lot of the capabilities that are available on the back end. So I'm now going to log in. I'm now here in the back end, and I want to show now how you can, the ability to embed content into product pages and really enrich these product pages, or embed products into content pages and create a more engaging article that will ultimately lead a person to go from discovery and learning mode to actually converting him into a customer. So for example, let's take this article mixed up this summer. And as you can see, I'm on the page builder. I'm on the front end. I've already done this before. I already embedded products into this blog post. You can see here I have the 4 products that I've embedded. And I just want to show you guys how it works on the back end. To save time, I already did this for us. On the online editor, you have these new icons. You have product cards, which is this, for example. And when I add this product card, I can add the different products that I want to embed. So as you can see here, if I now want to edit this product card, I can name the name of the seller, and then I can just type in the different SKUs, and that's what will be presented to me. So what you saw before, you saw the different products I embedded into this blog post. So that's how we're seeing the merge of content and commerce, and how you can enrich your product pages or your content items and so on. Some other very helpful and features that come with Easy Commerce are the following. So if I want now to review a certain customer's shop activity, or I can easily do that by going to the customer. One sec. I can go to users under admin, and you can see here these are all the shoppers that in my shop. And if I select, for example, Anya, I can now see under e-commerce, I can see her order history and her active baskets and so on. So you can see here I have your confirmed orders, or I have your ones that are actively in the process and so on. So I'm really able to manage and review my shoppers' activity in the shop. Another thing, besides though analyzing a direct customer, I can also analyze the overall performance of my shop, and I can do that by going to what we call the cockpit. And in the cockpit, this is a dashboard where you can really see the performance of your shop. You can see where the products that, for example, that are best sellers, what are the latest orders that have been occurring in your shop, what items are being searched the most. And according to this information, maybe you can tailor specific campaigns and really increase the sale of low-performing products by running certain promotion on those products. Or the other hand, very popular products during a certain season, you can know to promote those as that season approaches, and so on. Those are just a few examples of how you can utilize this tool. So this really gives you a great overview of the shop activity. Besides that, I mentioned to you guys that you can configure here on the back end. You can really the admin can really configure how the shops configure the shop how the shop will function, right? So For example, I can set up the different prices that will be available. I can decide, for example, will there be an ERP integration, or the data will be based on the on Easy, or it will come from the ERP. So you can do this under the ERP, or I can configure, for example, the checkout process and what would be the payment method. Something I do want to stress about the ERP that comes with Easy Commerce. If for some reason the ERP is down and it's not working, you don't have to worry. Easy Commerce does come with a failback feature, which will basically take the latest information that was of the shop, and this will guarantee that your shop will still be up and running. So once the ERP, again, the connection is reestablished, the information will be re-updated. But up until that, if for some reason the ERP is down, your shop can still be up and running. The information will just be previous information that was on the ERP. So that's a great capability and very, very important. So this is how you would configure the shop. A few other things worth mentioning, as I mentioned before, we have e-content. E-content is basically defines how the data will be. Where is the data? How is the data being stored? Is it coming from the ERP, or is it coming, or it's being stored directly in the shop as easy content? In this case, because we configured it from the ERP, the product information and data is being stored as e-content. This is great because it allows to store a lot more product information. As you can see here we nearly have 8,000 products being fetched, and it's being segmented to almost 350 groups. But this can be also way more. It can be up to 1 million, something that cannot be on the shop. Again, you can configure that the shop will be updated every few hours or at the end of the week. But if that happens and that's the case, and there's a missing product information, or the information is incorrect, and you have to fix it immediately, you can really do that through the e-content task. You can do that manually and import the correct information through this e-content task. Here we also have the e-content type. You can see all the mapping from the ERP to the shop of the different e-content types. Three last things before I show the capabilities that come with the new capabilities that are on the page builder. We have this tab, the email archive. This allows you to really give you an overview of to manage the email notification and email confirmations that have been sent out to your customers. So for example, if a customer now calls in and he says, hello, kitchen appliance, I did not receive my email confirmation, or there was a mistake, this item was missing, and so on, you can easily access the email confirmation that was sent from here. So for example, I can access it here. I can see this is what Zamir ordered. Oh, okay, this item was missing. This is a mistake on our end. We have to make sure to send it to him. Or if he did not receive that email confirmation, I can resend that email directly from this interface. Once again, this information is being fetched and stored in the ERP. Two other things that are important. You have the ability also to analyze and see the ERP performance between your selected ERP system and your shop. And here you can see, throughout you can narrow down to month, day, and a specific time, and see, what are the messages that are or requests that are being made to the ERP. And here you can really see maybe at a certain time there was an error, and then you can really hone down and begin seeing what was the issue. Maybe it happened at a certain time. There's a lot of requests and the bandwidth is not good enough. So this allows you to really analyze the performance of your ERP. The ERP request log allows you to see what requests are being made from to your ERP, like what information is being requested to be fetched. And again, this is very valuable because it allows you to understand how your ERP is interacting with your shop and so on. Something I did not mention, Easy Commerce already comes with 3 ERP systems, or you can integrate the 3 ERP system, and that's basically the SAP ERP, the Microsoft Nav, and Microsoft AX. Besides that, so we just covered a lot of capabilities that come for the administrator. The last things I want to show that are available are for the page builder, which again can be, one second, let me just go to the home page. I'll go to the page. So as you may recall, I said you can really create landing pages that are with what you're used to with content embedded with content blocks, but also product blocks. And you can see in the element bar, there's a few new blocks that are available. You have the bestseller, you have the product slider, you have the last viewed. Similar to Easy Platform though, this can be extended. You can add different blocks according to your project needs, to your e-commerce project needs to be specific. Because if we're talking right now about e-commerce, so yeah, this can be extended and you can add different blocks according to your project needs. So you can see here the page, as I said before, you can embed a banner block, as in this case. You can do a product slider where if I configure it, you can see here you can add products. I can either do it by SKU or by the product name. So as I mentioned before, here I added coffee. I can add these products easily, and they will be added to this block and displayed. You can add a bestseller and last viewed. So those are some of the new capabilities that come with for the new blocks that come with the page builder. That's basically covers everything I wanted to cover today. Many of the capabilities that I wanted to cover. Obviously, there are many more, and if you have questions about them or are interested in learning more, then do feel free to reach out to one of our sales representative or myself. But without further ado, I think I will now open it up to any questions people may have. So feel free to ask, to please put them in the Q&A, and I will make sure I will try to answer them to my basic capability. So I will now open the stage to you guys to ask any questions. So I'll give it a minute or two just to see if anyone has questions. Okay, so I see that there are no questions. So, oh, here we have. How many products and customers can you handle in a sign-in web shop? Okay, thank you for that question, Frederick. How many I'm assuming you asked how many single products and customers can you handle in a single web shop. Okay. I do have here joining us Frank, who can hopefully provide an answer?
Yeah, I can try to answer that. So we have experience right now with shops up to 1 million products. This is not the limit, so maybe it's even possible to handle more than 1 million products. And we also have projects where we have like more than 300,000 products, but in 16 languages. So from my feeling, it should be possible even to have more than 1 million products to handle them, because search is done in Solr and is pretty fast. Regarding the customers, I'm not sure if there's really limitation in Easy itself, how many customers can be handled. We have experience with systems handling more than 100,000 customers. But maybe Easy can tell more about systems where more than 100,000 users and customers are handled.
Okay, thank you, Frank. Hopefully that answered your question, Frederick. Are there any more questions? I'll give it another minute before. So until someone writes a question, and if not, I just want to remind everyone, for all the people that registered, I will send obviously a follow-up email with a link to the webinar, as well as a link to the slides that I showed today. Another thing to note, depending on where you're joining us today, Easy is going to have a roadshow this upcoming summer. It's actually starting next week. The first one in Cologne, Paris, then Madrid, London, Warsaw, and so on. So if you're in one of those places, we highly recommend. Feel free to register. Enjoy those one of those roadshow events. You can register through easy.no. And again, if you want to learn more about these of Easy Commerce and its capabilities, there is a blog post introducing Easy Commerce on our blog post page, and there's also Easy Commerce landing page where you can learn more about Easy Commerce. I see I got another question in the chat, not in the Q&A. So let me just read them and we'll try to answer them. I got two questions actually. What is the typical response time for a product page on a shop with 500 customers online? Frank, do you have an answer for this possibly?
It depends a bit. If we are talking about, let's say, a B2C shop where the prices are the same, in that case, you could use, or you would usually use Varnish as a proxy. The pages are almost handled by Varnish. Of course, not the dynamic things like adding products to the basket. But to answer your question about the response time for product page, they will be really fast because they are handled by Varnish itself. So that's one advantage, because we are relying on Easy Platform and Symfony, and we can handle, like we can use the powerful features of the HTTP protocol in Varnish. If we are talking about B2B, where you need like early dynamic price from ERP, it's less, because then the response time might be longer because we need to fetch the prices from ERP. But this can be like configured in Easy Commerce. And if you run like same price for everyone, like in B2C, it's really, really fast.
Thank you, Frank.
That means a few milliseconds depending on your Varnish configuration.
Okay. And another question that we have: what other ERP solutions are you able to plug with? Besides the one I mentioned, the SAP, the Microsoft Nav, and the Microsoft AX, you are able to connect to many other ones according to the ones that you use. Frank, if you want to expand on that, how to do it, feel free to maybe provide more insight from that also. Yeah.
Yeah, we are offering like an open interface. Would you use a standard format as well? So in case your ERP offers APIs, let's say as a web service or REST API, or a similar way to get information from in real time, you can also like not plug in, but connect to other ERP systems as well. We already did that with like smaller ERP systems or not well-known ERP systems. It's more a matter of the capabilities of the ERP systems itself. If it can handle like these real-time requests, but modern ERP usually do this. So it's not a limitation from easy commerce, it's more a limitation than from the ERP itself.
Okay, thank you. I see here another question from Roman. Are there some kind of packages for easy commerce, and is there any kind of pricing information? So I'm assuming packages for easy commerce. Do you mean how it's packaged with Easy Platform Enterprise? So if you're familiarized with the Easy Platform Enterprise pricing, there will be an additional cost on top of that. I can connect you with the sales representative who will, because they're according to the subscription level and so on, the price information, the pricing will be different. So according to what region you are, which I can check, I can connect you with the sales representative and they can provide you more detail about the pricing information. So you can have a better understanding of the pricing. And I'm assuming that also covers what you asked about the packages, but if not, then please clarify what you meant by that. Let me see if there's another question. No. Okay. So I think we are reaching. So if there are no other questions, once again, I would like to thank everyone who joined us today. I would like to thank you, Frank, for joining and answering some of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar and it gave you some more information and a better overview of easy commerce and its various capabilities. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me at amit.gutin@easy.no or our product management at easy.no concerning pricing. And if you're interested in another demo, you can register your information on easy.no/easycommerce and request a consultation with our sales representative. And obviously, as I mentioned before, I will make sure to send the recording and the slides to all registrants. So thank you once again for everyone who joined us today. I hope you have a great rest of the day wherever you may be, and we will be in touch. Thank you.